Yeah. Welcome, welcome, Smack, to 307 Reacts. Matt, Chris, Ronnie, you guys, everyone's here. Gang's all in.
We got Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore.
I definitely didn't introduce this one right. My bad. Let me start over. Welcome back to 307 Reacts. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
You know what it is. You know what that means, right?
Stephen He, when you don't get paid, but it's good exposure. Now let me talk about this before we get into this.
This might be my most anticipated Stephen He video, simply because I know what you're about to say. I mean, we don't even have to talk about it because we're both musicians. So
we have played in several bands over our time. Now,
yeah, see, just like that. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. We have played in several bands over our time, okay? And the biggest thing is, like, I've opened for Quiet Riot, right? Let's just use that one for example, because that was the most recent one anyway.
I mean, I've opened for big bands, but a lot of our subs aren't going to know the bands that I've opened for. Quiet Riot's a good reference.
Yeah. So Quiet Riot, everybody knows Quiet Riot, right? And if you're like, oh, I don't know who that is. Come on, feel the noise. Girls talking boys, da, da, na, na, that song, right?
Girls rock the boys, but you get it.
That's Quiet Riot, okay? We opened for Quiet Riot. We did not get paid for that show because, well, it's good exposure for your band. You can sell your merchandise, whatever you make from your merchandise, you can take home. But you can come play the show for free.
Oh, good. A bunch of
a bunch of
nobodies are going to sell people shirts with their name on them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
okay.
Not at a Quiet Riot show. They're not.
Right.
We ended up getting lucky. We did have a decent following. We made like $300 that night on shirts. And
that's pretty good, though.
So,
that's pretty good.
I mean, not bad.
You should have made $3,000 on the night as a whole. You know.
Yeah.
It's fucking Quiet Riot.
It is what it is, I guess. So, I'm about to predict that it's going to be something similar to this. Now, Stephen He, his goal, his dream is to be an actor. Okay. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna be, hey, we want you to come do this role for free, but it's good exposure.
But you'll be working with so it'll be great exposure for you. Yeah,
I think that's about what's about to happen.
I hadn't thought about it in the world of acting, but yeah,
it's all the same.
It's the same. Yeah, I mean, it's platform to platform. I mean, music, acting, art, anything almost. Like, okay, interesting.
Well, let's get into it and see.
Like, comment, subscribe.
What do you got for us today?
Let's go.
Hello, I am a professional Asian dad. Welcome to Failure Management. Today, I will teach you how to cook with all that exposure you get from working for free. First, we start off by slicing up your lovely exposure. One finger in front, two behind. Lovely, let the knife do the work. Be generous with the slices, because if you run out, you can always do another short film. Place your strips of exposure. Salt, pepper. Smells like unemployment. Lastly, brush.
That is my new.
Know.
I am taking that, Steven. I'm taking that. That is amazing.
Oh my God!
Smells like unemployment.
I did not know this was gonna be like this.
No,
this
is totally different than what I thought it was gonna be.
Be sure you slice it thickly.
He's doing a how-to on
on how to just get fucked.
Basically,
I
love that it pans down to his hands and it's just nothing there.
Yeah.
Use generous slices, because if you do it wrong, you can just make it a short video.
What he is cutting up. Okay, for you guys who aren't getting this so far. The invisible exposure that he's cutting up, that's what exposure gets you in real life. Nothing.
I mean,
absolutely. There's nothing you can physically put in my hand.
Yeah,
for
like
exposure.
He's comparing it. He's basically just making a comparison. Is like, this is what, if everyone said
exposure. Well, that sounds like unemployment.
If exposure was supposed to be a real thing, well, I should be able to
I should be able to season it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
good.
It's a great reference. Let's go back 5 seconds.
Salt, pepper. Smells like unemployment. Lastly, brush with a very nice and thick, rich layer of disappointment. Into the oven for 15 minutes. Next, this ingredient you'll be very familiar with if you are a writer, a musician, or designer, because instead of getting paid, you get great publicity.
Oh yeah, publicity.
Put 700 grams of your great publicity into the blender. Season generously again. You want to bring out that really lovely film degree, okay? Smell like...
There better goddamn be bloopers for this one. Because if there's not, I'm gonna be upset. How did he not break when he hit the because you know he was just being ridiculous. All right,
okay, back it up 10. There was something I wanted to say, but I got to laughing and forgot.
Season generously again.
Fast he's going.
You want to bring out that really lovely film degree, okay? Smell like student debt.
You want to bring out that lovely film degree? Smells like student debt. Wow.
I got oh God, that is so true. Okay, so let me break it down for you. Okay, a lot of people who are serious about acting or being musicians or whatever, they'll not only invest their money in gear but education as well. It might not be at a school, but a Melissa Cross program. Like,
yep.
You know,
learning
that's
vocals,
money.
yeah, vocal teaching, vocal lessons, any of that stuff, music lessons, that kind of thing.
So let's bring it here, right? So you're like, well, I'm not as familiar with music or acting or what it looks like on the backside of that. Let's bring it down to a mechanic or a plumber, okay? A mechanic has his toolbox, which is about $10,000. He's got close to $1,000 in sockets. He's got another $2,000 to $3,000 in like hand tools, drills, impacts, all that stuff. He's got, let's say, another $500 in hammers. He's got $600 in pry bars and punches.
Pry bars alone,
and
dude.
Like I mean, his wrenches, his ratcheting wrenches. I mean, you could rack up a $50,000 bill like quick just to start your job, and then people want to come and go, oh, well, do you think you could just look at it for free? It's like, look, bro, looking at it for free doesn't pay off what I've put in. Like I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't help me in any way. Exposure doesn't help me in any way.
Do you think you could just look at it and walk out to the parking lot like, yep
looks like a Honda to me.
Looks like a car, man. All right, so you want me to actually work on it or not?
So here's the thing. If you guys are watching it, venue owners, people who book shows, like all of that stuff, remember that these people have money invested. And they're not coming to play at your venue because they enjoy your venue. I mean, maybe they do, but they're coming to work just that much closer to maybe buying the next thing, or, you know, having a little bit of money to put together a music video, or getting a little bit more money to actually put together a short film or whatever to help them progress their career. They don't need the exposure. They don't need you to expose them. They just need money to help them progress their dreams.
There's a meme that on the internet that's got like a really shitty car packed with a bunch of gear
I
on there.
have seen it. I have seen
and
it.
It says a musician is somebody who packs $5,000 worth of gear into a $500 car to drive 50 miles to make $5.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's literally exactly
That's
how
it
goes.
is.
And partially because of this exposure factor that local bars for some reason think that they can get away with. Well, we'll give you a $50 bar tab.
Oh, I've told a lot of people to fuck off on that.
First, we'll give you a $50 bar tab. Okay, what? Second of all, it's going to be great exposure for your bar or for your band. Like you think that my local band isn't already exposed in my local scene.
Yeah.
So you think playing at your local bar will help my band with exposure into my local scene?
Yeah.
For a $50 bar tab?
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink anyways. I would drink $50 even if you weren't paying me that.
Yeah.
Like, what? There's so much wrong with it, man.
I have told a venue before, they're like, oh, we'll give you a $100 bar tab. I said, look, me and my band can drink $100 worth of liquor and never pay a cent, because all these people who come to the show, we would sell on average like 50 tickets a show.
Yeah.
Which for a local band is pretty good.
Uh-huh.
We would sell 50 tickets to like people we knew, and then they would have their friends come and they'd buy tickets at the door and whatever. And then you get done with your show, you got everybody and their mom. Hey man, let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you.
Yep.
I don't need your bar tab.
That's the thing.
Like,
That's another thing. After I get done playing, people are just going to buy me drinks anyways. And another local thing. We know most of the bartenders. You get free drinks from the bartenders on nights like those anyways, because the house is packed and they're making money. So you'll get free drinks regardless of if you're in a band or not. It just happens. Like,
so if you're in a band, put together a rider. I don't care how big or small you are. Put together a rider. You say, this is how much we charge an hour to come out and play. If we play in a 30-minute set and we're charging $400 an hour, cool. You're going to pay us $200. We're going to come play our set. We're going to come hang out. We're going to get as many people there as we can, and then we're going to go home. Like,
also, if to go along with all of that, get cash before you set your shit up.
Yeah.
Get cash when you walk in those situations, especially if it's some seedy bar owner, because those guys they run rampant in small towns. So get cash when you walk in the door before you even load in equipment. And if there's any problems at all, just pack your shit up and head out. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. And like I said, those people in that local scene already know who you are. So
yeah, I mean, even better, get paid the day before.
Just get paid before you play.
Yep.
Paid before you play. Let's go.
Choke.
Oh, I did want to back it up.
Yeah.
Next student, dead.
Student dead.
Finally, choke. Dry pores so you can cook out all that moisture, that more rich disappointment. Okay? Season beautifully with some salt.
God,
okay?
dude.
Stir with your wooden spoon.
You are getting salt all over my
Sesame oil. Now it is ready to serve. Next, if you are an intern, this ingredient is your favorite because instead of getting paid, you get work experience.
Oh my God.
Crack your beautiful work experience, okay? Dash of lemon into the juice. When you're done, you want the
dash of
lemon to be
lemon.
as empty as your bank account. Final thing, make sure you season that
God
really
damn it.
well. Take your exposure strips.
As empty as your bank account.
He seems to have a thing in every video that he makes.
Yeah.
Like the
hats.
The hat.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Like he
the
latches
chair.
onto a thing in
Yeah.
every video, and he really like exaggerates it
Oh,
to
yeah.
an extent where you're like, what the fuck? What is happening with that? Like he started out seasoning it like pretty aggressively, and then
Yeah.
by the last thing that he seasoned here, he's just like you
going
can barely
nuts.
even
Like, yeah.
He pissed his girlfriend off, or wife, or whatever it is, enough that she
She's
literally
like, "You're
made
getting salt
made
all
a
over
comment
me."
so many times that they couldn't use an edit where
Where
she
she didn't
wasn't.
say,
Yeah, like you're
"Stop
getting
it."
salt everywhere. I've cleaned this house four times.
He probably
today.
left that in there because it was fun.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like,
Yeah, that's probably the edit they used on purpose. I'm sure. But let's keep going.
Hold on.
Oh.
Back it up 10 here. Sorry. Go ahead.
Lemon to be as empty as your bank account. Final thing, make sure you season that really well.
God.
Take your exposure strips, plate very nicely. Now that looked like a beautiful dinner I have every day for the last 5 years. Publicity. And that is the Actors Deluxe. Now if you have any friend in the industry, make sure to share this with them. They are sure to love it. It tastes like how Despacito sounds. Am I getting paid for this? No, but it's good exposure. This video is brought to you by Vessi. These look so pretty. When I moved
that
to
was
New York,
nice.
I was so not used to the snow and the puddles. There's puddles everywhere. Personally, I
Same.
really do not like the feeling of wet socks, which is why I'm super excited to introduce you to Vessi. Vessi sneakers are 100% waterproof and comfortable and stylish,
What?
and they work for every season. Super easy to clean. You can just rinse it with water. Some models, like the Weekend, can even go in the washing machine. Vessi sneakers are made from their own Dymatex, a dual climate knit that will keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Also, they are
what's up,
sustainably
dude?
made. The knitting process produces less material and water waste and absolutely no animal byproducts. Vegan friendly. I keep my Vessis at the door. They have been my everyday shoes since I got them. The link to check out Vessi is in my description. Please have a look.
I might
And
actually
Vessi,
have to check
thank
that
you
out.
for
That
this video.
That's cool.
I'm
I
down.
don't know how to slice chicken.
Chicken.
To bring out that really lovely film degree, okay?
I knew it. I knew that was the take. That was the take they used.
Yeah.
But seconds later, he fucking broke.
died,
I
yeah.
knew it, man.
Lovely film degree.
I knew he wasn't going to be able to handle the salt
God.
shaker thing, man. I knew it. I like that. I love, like, I'm a huge fan of The Office and Always Sunny and those
Yeah.
kind of shows, and I love watching the bloopers on those because what you get to see when you see blooper reels like that is sometimes they'll actually use the blooper take.
Yeah.
They'll just use
They
the
just
one
cut
part of
the
it
blooper
right
out.
before everybody broke, and
Yeah.
it works so well because it gets this guttural reaction out of people, and they can catch that on camera right before everyone starts to break
Yeah.
and just turn it into this incredible moment.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he definitely did that. Like he took the, he was just trying to get ridiculous with it.
Just
Accidentally
stupid.
ran into the blender and was like, "Oh my god!" And that was it for him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh,
He's like,
oh,
I'm gonna die. I'm
ju-
gonna die.
Just joked myself out of this one. Like, it happens. It happens. Sometimes you're trying to be
Oh,
funny
man.
and you just lose it. Man.
This video was everything and more I hoped it would be.
I like that he categorized the different meals into
Yeah.
like, an artist, a comedian, and
Yeah.
a musician,
Yeah.
like or an actor and a musician, whatever.
Or an
but like,
intern and
like I like that he used the different categories
work
for
experience, your exposure,
Uh-huh.
your what was the other one?
it. Work experience, exposure, and publicity.
Publicity. That's it.
And I love at the end that like he used them all three of them in different ways, and then at the end compiled them all together to make a meal, and there was still absolutely nothing on the plate.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, and we talked about that. It goes across all these different platforms, like no matter what, man.
And that's something that I've tried to tell. They're like, well, we're gonna play the show anyway because it would be who cares how much exposure you could open for fucking Drake? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, because exposure does not put food on your table.
And it just
It doesn't.
people. Let me be real blunt with any of these up and coming musicians that might be watching our channel. Like people don't give a shit about the opener. You guys, like no one cares.
don't.
No one gives a shit about the opener. I've opened like you said, you've opened for countless big names. I have also opened for countless big name bands, and
It's wild
It's
how
cool.
much the room fills up.
it's cool.
Once you're
Don't
done.
get me wrong. It's a badass experience. And even playing for the opening crowd, like there are usually bigger crowds than you're used to playing, because people are there to see the big.
I mean, my favorite thing about playing those shows is a chance to meet that band and talk with them,
That's-
which very rarely happens.
That's what
but-
I was going to bring up. Those shows are cool to be a band because you get to sometimes meet the band that you're opening for. Like I met Census Fail, I met Bayside way back in like 2014 or something like that.
Concrete Grip was one I got to meet, as well as oh gosh, I'm blanking on her name. We've reacted to her on the channel before. City of the Week.
City of the Week. That's right. Yeah, we both met her.
They used
Yeah.
to be signed, and they got screwed over, and they're like, forget this.
Yep.
So like that's why you don't hear of them anymore. Like
But yeah. So
I mean-
I think that's definitely the coolest part about it
Yeah.
is getting to meet the bands for sure.
Yeah.
But as far as like, don't let the venue owner or the promoter, whoever's asking you to play the show, don't let them sell you on it's a big name. There's going to be a lot of people there, so it'll look really good for you. No. Those people are the same people that see your flyers on Facebook every single time you play a show and don't go. They don't. No offense. They don't care to see.
They
you.
don't care.
They don't care. They want to see the headliner, and you just happen to be in the way, so you get in front of them. That's how it works.
Yep.
So anyways,
So
not trying to be depressing. That's just
It's
the
just-
unfortunate
that's
truth of how it works.
reality of
that's-
the
That's
industry.
just what it is. We have both experienced that. I've been a victim of that for the last 15 years or something like that. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we fight the good fight, make a rider, get paid up front, and just don't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? You can always leave and play a different show.
Yep.
There will always be another show.
But here's the thing: the internet's a crazy place, man. Brandon Hart this past 2 years, because of COVID, hasn't played a show, and he's doing great.
He plays live shows.
He plays live shows online.
Yeah.
You don't need to go somewhere to play a show.
Dude, look at our Mary Did You Know? 2,000 views or something like that.
Yeah.
That's more people than have ever viewed any other musical project.
That's more people than showed up. There's more people that watched our Mary Did You Know video than what showed up to see Quiet Riot.
So, there you go.
Internet's an amazing place.
Internet is awesome, for sure. So, anyways, with that.
If you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Click the bell. Become part of the notification gang.
Sorry
And
about
with
your
that,
speakers. I don't care.
I'm sure we'll see Stephen He down in the comments.
Yeah.
Ow!